Flooding issues that plague South Bibb County neighbors for decades could dry up. Hello and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lori Johnson.
And I'm Frank Malloy. This week, the Macon Water Authority a step closer to tapping a solution. Our partners at Mercer Center for Collaborative Journalism report the Water Authority voted unanimously Thursday to condemn a combined 20 acres of land to build a detention pond in the Nowell Estates neighborhood. Maggie Fitzgerald explains the deal that's in the works and how one neighbor feels about the changes.
On days like today with some overcast skies, most people wouldn't mind a drizzle. But for neighbors here on Francis Drive, they stay alert for their next storm. They faced drainage issues for years, and now a solution could soon be on the way. This is an exciting, step forward.
Yes, it is.
Marion Chevali and her husband Jim have battled extreme flooding for years. We spoke with them back in 2021, shortly after an engineering firm determined a need for better maintenance around the Nowell Estates neighborhood. This is a glimpse of what their property looks like anytime the area gets heavy rain.
We get water that comes from in front of our house, water that comes from in back of our house, and water that just comes rushing over here.
The Chevalis spoke at the Macon Water Authority meeting last week. That's when the board voted to exercise eminent domain for a plot of land behind their property to finally build a detention pond. Macon Water Authority Chairman Gary Bechtel says the nearby landowners refused negotiation. Now they intend on seizing nearly 20 acres in exchange for a price.
I know they don't want to give up their land. I understand that. I don't like the idea that the government can just come in and take your land.
Bechtel says it's necessary to slow the flow of stormwater. The space would temporarily store runoff during big rain events and release it later on.
Really hopeful that the engineers did a good job with their study. I'm hoping that they will get started soon. We've been anticipating that for a while.
And while they voted to exercise eminent domain on Thursday, Bechtel tells me that the negotiations between the board and the homeowners impacted is open for 30 days. Now, he says the board is expected to move forward with their plans once that negotiation period ends in mid-March. In Macon, Maggie Fitzgerald, 13 WMEZ News.
Gary Bechtel also told Maggie some of the funding for the detention pond comes from the 2018 SPLOST and the storm water management fee that was started in 2021.